All right, so this is a new series. It's called The Editor's Desk. So, Network.ai, my company, we are relaunching this year, and just taking things to a different level. One of the things that I am doing is I am recording the process, a new podcast called The Operator's Desk. I am, from a corporate standpoint, the operator. I also hire operators for our admin systems, and they employ AI operators. So, from the operator's desk seemed to be very apropos. Is that the word? Anyway, so I am recording the process in this podcast. So I figured I would record the process of the podcast while making the podcast. So I'm podcasting about making my podcast. Yeah. Anyway, you'll get to see how the magic is made, or the whatever. Because you don't just say the word podcast and get a podcast. You kind of have to take some steps. So I'm going to share with you my steps, my messy screen, and my steps. Let me just share my screen. All right. First off, I got to figure out where to put my podcast. I'm going to put my podcast, information about my podcast, on my blog. So I'm going to, here's what I'm going to do. I've been using ChatGPT, so I'm going to share all of the tools that I'm using. Hold on. Boom. How was that? Got the double joint. Anyway, so let me see. So, using. Anyway, I'll be looking this way. Well, that doesn't really work. Let me try and figure this out. This is what happens in making a podcast about podcasting. When you're figuring out how to do your podcast, you will be on screen. Let me stop sharing. I'm going to switch my windows around. All right, this is going to be dope. It'll be worth the wait. All right. I think I'm good. All right. So here we go. So I'm using ChatGPT. I've been using ChatGPT for a minute, and I'm using it to kind of keep all of my business information. So there. Um, But here's what we do. So I've got the business, the operator's desk. That's my new podcast. I've got the description. I'm using a couple of tools. I've got a tool called Q. I'll show you. It's a podcast production app. I actually use it to track all of my different podcasts. So I'm going to make a new podcast, and it's called The Operator's Desk, a network.ai podcast. I got my description from ChatGPT. Boom. This is it. Now, in my app Q, what this does is once I tell it about my podcast, it's got an AI engine in there. So I put in my podcast name, the description, what is the main topic. I'm going to get my information from my ChatGPT, drop it in there. That's what it's about. I'm gonna say weekly at the very least. Solo, just me talking. My ideal listener, entrepreneurs and business owners looking for digital AI marketing systems. I want to record the journey of my company, AI, being built and adding features and value. I know that's not great, but I just, let's generate a plan. I've got an error. Let's skip the AI. All right. So we've created the podcast. I am actually, there's a feature in here. So if I wanted to, I don't think I'm going to, but if I wanted to, I could create a plan. Oh, you're supposed to be able to fill this out and create a plan. I think I got an error, but that is fine. I've got my own content plan. But what I'm going to do now, I've got my content set up. I'm going to build out a page on the blog. So I have my blog, my network.ai blog. This is where I drive. I keep a lot of content, information. But I'm going to use this is like our content hub. You can search articles. I'm going to use it for hosting our podcast episodes as well, just like archive, all that stuff. So I'm going to ask ChatGPT. I'm going to say, I am going to make a page on our blog to host the episodes and talk about the podcast. Can you draft copy for a marketing page for the podcast that I can use to make a page for the podcast. All right. So we've got the content. And you want to know what? I'm going to tell you the truth. I break the rules. People will always tell you, don't take what the AI gives you. You should change it. You should write it differently. I've been working with my agents, so I think the voice is pretty well defined, and I move fast. So I copied it. I'm going to Lovable. I use Lovable to build out our site. And I've already got a prompt here that says, we'll be launching our podcast. Our brain desk would like to create a page for the podcast. Can you create a page with the following? And I'm going to say page content. I'm going to drop it. So it's thinking. So I guess for my objective today is really just to see how far I get with launching the first couple episodes. I'll probably let's call this a preface episode. I'll probably today, well, right now, let's see if you can see the time in the corner. It's 4:49. Let's see if I have my podcast up and running in 30 minutes. That's what I think. Let's call it that. Like, let's see how, because I just had this idea for the podcast, like, just now, and I turned on the thing because I was talking to ChatGPT. Let's see. I can review it. Podcast. Operator's desk. That is cool. That is cool. This is what it is about. I have got. I'm going to. All right, so we're very much in the beginning stages of our own marketing and getting our own stuff together. This is our thing. That's me live right now. I could go into an infinite loop, but I won't. I'm going to choose a video because I want to, well, let me see. I like this look. This is just so it looks cooler. I'm gonna say awesome. Thanks. I would like to make the hero area more dynamic and awesome. Can you use the video at the following link as a video poster background for the hero area so it looks better? Give him the video. Boom. Alright, so hopefully that makes it look dope. I'm gonna make it look dope with some CTA buttons. But while that does that, let me go back to, oh, all right, I'm gonna give, so it's not probably not wanting to use the YouTube video. It wants me to drop a real video. I am going to go to Sora. And see if I've got a podcast. I'm gonna just make a quick video. All right, in between time, we are gonna go back to this and we've got the queue. We're going to queue up our first 5 episodes. I've already got them. Let me see. I've got my list of episodes up here. Let me go grab my list of episodes. I've got 5 episodes. First episode is most businesses don't have a tech problem, they have a memory problem. So I've got in my queue, I've got, here's what we got. So in this queue, you've got 6 phases. Put it in when you've got your ideas, then you've got your scripting phase, then you've got a recording phase, editing, ready, publish. So you can push your podcast episodes through the phases of production here. So let's see. I created my podcast. Let's see. I've got a new episode. Episode 1. Oops. What was it? Ep 1. Boom. I've got this. Boom, boom. I'm going to create the episode. Episode is successfully created. It's in the idea phase. Next phase is scripting. I'm going to drop all 5, get them started, and let's see if I can walk through. I'm going to walk through. Maybe I might bust it out, the whole thing live right now. Let me see. I'm going to make All right. Verse 1, episode 2. Ep 2. Put in the description. We created the episode, episode 3. Put in the description. Episode 4. Then episode 5. All right, so we got the 5 episodes in the hopper. What is it? 1, 2, 3, 4. Episode 5. I forgot. Let me see. Ep 5. Oh, and then there's a secondary part. Oh, so this is the pipeline. Let's see. We've got 5 episodes. Nothing's published yet, but let's get into it. Oops. All right. Episode 1. We open it up. So inside here, this is interesting. So inside here, you've got where you can do your script. Let me see what happens if I try to generate it with AI. In the meantime, all right. The operator's desk. Let me see. So I click generate with AI. Gave me the operator's desk. Most built business problem. Duration 20 25 minutes. It's got music. Enthusiastic. Brilliant. Imagine a brilliant mind full of potential, but every morning it wakes up with amnesia. Forgetting its past lessons, its relationships. Sounds like a nightmare, right? Well, believe it or not, that's the lived reality for countless businesses every day. This is interesting. This is actually a good script. I might just, you know what? Let's see. All right, I'm using this tool, Q. I just dropped in the description, but let me see. I'm going to actually, I might use this. I might use this and see. So I generated the script. I can generate the social. I can generate show notes. I can generate the blog post that'll talk about the episode. and I can generate a newsletter email. I can even download an HTML after it's generated. And then it says it can generate a thumbnail for it. So let's see. I've got my episode one, and let's see if we can take episode one all the way. So I've got my script. I'm gonna I'm gonna read it. Let me see. Actually, I actually I'm going back. We're skipping around a little bit. It's 5:02. Let's see. I think we're gonna have this up by like 5:30. Let's see if we can get through the whole post. Did I say 30 minutes? It was 40. Let's see. Maybe it might be 60 minutes. We'll see. It'll be. I'm gonna do it real time. In the meantime, I have not forgotten about this home page where we're gonna do. I made that in Lovable. No, I mean in Sora. So here I am. Here's what I'm thinking. I'm gonna generate with AI my show notes. So I've got my script. I've got my show notes. I'm gonna try and so here's one thing I'm gonna do. So I'm gonna use Gamma really quick, and I am going to create a presentation for my show notes. I'm gonna summarize. I'm gonna have it generate. Let's go. So I've got show notes that I can read off. I've got my script. We'll let it watch it as it creates a deck for my show notes. I've got my video. I'm gonna just let it be with the Sora thing. I'm not gonna worry about that right now. But that looks kind of mo better. I'm gonna say awesome, thanks. Can you find the layout and design on the remainder of the page so that it looks better? All right, so I'm finishing up my page. I've got my show notes. This guy looks interesting, but hey, whatever, I'll take it. So I can maybe make it interesting. I don't even really know why I really need these, but that's cool. My page is being made. It's 5:06. Let's record the episode. Let me see. All right. Yeah, I don't think I need to show this. Let's. I'm gonna stop my share. I get big again, and this is where the magic happens. I got my script. We will cut this down for the actual episode, but this is going to be the first episode. It was made with Q, my podcast software. Yeah, I'm going to make this whole joint with Q, which really is it's not about network, I guess, because I'm showing you what Q can do. But this is going to be the podcast where I talk about network.ai from the operator's desk. But hey, let me just queue up my windows. And I'm going to do it for real. We'll do it live. All right. We're going to flip into the actual podcast, and this is what I'll cut down. So 3, 2, 1. What's the deal? It's Mickey Black from the operator's desk. We will be here coming to you every week talking about the journey of building network.ai and all the features and all the work that goes into it. So today, we're just talking about a couple of the things that make the product what it is and why we do what we do. So first, there's an assumption that AI is a tech solution or businesses have a tech problem, but it's really not a tech problem. What businesses have is a memory problem. And really, what I mean by that is imagine every morning you wake up, you've got a brilliant mind, you're the smartest guy, but every day you wake up with amnesia. All the lessons you've learned, all the relationships that you've made, you have to learn from scratch. Sounds like a nightmare, doesn't it? Well, believe it or not, that's a lived reality for a lot of businesses every day. And it's not a tech problem, something far more fundamental. Well, today we'll be talking about it here from the operator's desk. It's a podcast from network.ai where we dive deep into the real challenges and innovative solutions shaping how your business connects, grows, and operates in the digital age. So, I'm your host, Miky Black. Today, we're kicking things off with a big idea, one that you might shift your perspective on how you view the whole operational stack. Really, what we're going to discuss is why businesses are struggling with a lack of tools or even a lack of data, but rather a lack of profound memory. Really, we uncover what it looks like in practice and why treating your system like memory is crucial. And we'll dispel some myths about just adding AI as a quick fix. And by the end of this episode, you'll realize that the path to truly intelligent business is paved not with flashy features, but with fundamental data recall. Really, I like the term custom knowledge base, really having that fundamental knowledge ingrained into your systems. And what AI does is give you that really like kind of like magic layer, that spice where you can contextualize the data and the details. Anyway, lots of big words or small words that sound really big, but really the main problem, the operator problem, the amnesia problem. Let's talk about it. It's the core issue. And really, what do you mean by core memory problem in business? And really, what businesses forget is the how to. And if you think about it, businesses consistently generate information, but do they remember it? Not really, not effectively. How many times have you treated a returning customer like a brand new customer and your system just forgot? And you forgot their value, forgot their past conversations, the context of their emails, chat logs, all those customer support tickets. They don't layer up into a comprehensive, coherent narrative that informs the next interaction with that consumer. And that's really the problem. That isolated data that points, that lives in these lost silos, just isn't effective when you need it. So, why do we choose that marketing strategy? Why do people do that? Well, listen, without institutional memory, businesses repeat mistakes, they miss opportunities, they spend valuable time rehashing old ground. We have an abundance of incredible tools today, like CRMs, ERPs, and all those other good big acronyms, but really what they are is automation platforms and project management suites that really help you wrap your arms around your business. And here's the kicker: these tools, they're not just databases. They don't do more than just store the information, because it's not about the storage, right? It's the memory, the implied recall, the context, the ability to learn and adapt the information. So, right now you might have, like, it's like having a library of books, but no librarian, no cataloging system, no one who remembers what's going on or which book helped solve what problem from yesterday. The information is there, but nothing remembers itself in the business. And so that's where the problem lies. So really, when you're able to level up and treat the CRM as a memory, not just a database, that's when you're able to look at the customer relationships and see the memory of the system and what is more than just static storage, but more like a dynamic, interconnected, and consistently learning platform. So anyway, I've done a lot of talking. So I'm going to just leave it there and invite you back over the course of the series, where we'll be meeting each week, maybe a couple times a week, to talk about how to turn your business systems into a real dynamic platform. All right, until next time, again, this is the operator's desk, Mickey Black, network.ai. Get connected. All right. Peace. All right. So now, boom. That's the end of the episode. Let's go back. Now that we have the episode, it is 5:15. Let's try to wrap this up by 5:30. All right, so we've got, let's see, I'm going to close this. I ended up not needing that. Oh, you can't see what I see. Let's get it back. This guy. All right. So where were we? This is the blog. That's our site. That's what we just did. That's our new podcast. Well, no. All right, so we're back. This is our page. That's our page. Looks pretty dope. Let's see. All right, that's our first. Our podcast page is pretty dope. We'll bring back our queue system. See how that is. All right, 5:16. Let's try and wrap this up by 5:30. So we've got our first episode that we recorded. We've got our script. We did the program. Let's draft our social. So we're going to share this on LinkedIn and some other places. Here's the social media. It breaks down. Show notes. Blog. Let's generate a blog entry. So now we've got, so let's see what we did. We generated the script we already read it. The social we've got, so now that we can, once we got it, we can post, we'll just, blah, 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 your business suffering amnesia for Twitter, X, whatever, LinkedIn, we got the one, blah, 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 links, podcast episode, all the things. Show notes, we already did it. Blog. So we will make a page on the blog. And then the only other curious thing, I'm not going to do the newsletter now. We'll save that for other ones. But let's see. Let's see if we can generate a thumbnail. I am going to ask for awesome, thanks. I like clickbait style headlines. I'm gonna say, can you draft a clickbait style headline for that I can use? I don't know what I'm talking about. Episode 1. Alright, I like the ones, I'm gonna say bright and vibrant purple thumbnail with clear, readable type. I don't know if this is going to work. I've not used this feature yet. Alright, it worked, but it doesn't download as PNG. So it did. You don't need more tools, operator's desk, a network there. You don't need more tools. It did what it was supposed to do. The only issue is it's square. So it's square. Let me see, it's square. I tried to get it landscape, but it is square, but it says all the things. So if I wanted it, it's square. It says all the things. It's kind of cool. It gets the idea across. I don't like it. It looks whack. But what do I have? I have 9 minutes. I'm going to drop this in 9 minutes. I'm going to use ideogram. And I'm going to say, boom. I'm going to say, I'm just going to and clear readable type with purple color blocking. They have, so this is ideogram. They have preset styles. Because I am in a hurry, I'm going to do a preset style. Keep it simple, magazine editorial. I've got that going. So once I get my thumbnail, which should happen momentarily, boom. You don't need, you do? No, you don't. Do. You don't need more tools. You don't need more tools. You don't need more tools. All right, there we go. I'm going to download in HD. I am going to is it? I have 8 minutes. This is what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna go because I'm live streaming right now. I'm gonna take the live stream. I am going to share this live stream. And I am going to say to my joint, say, boom. I have recorded episode 1 of my podcast. Can you add... I'm going to ask it to plan it out first. Can you make a plan to add the add a page for the first episode with the following content and make a and add the episode to the podcast page as well using the attached thumbnail. All right, so I'm gonna say YouTube episode link. Spelled wrong, but whatever. Thumbnail attached. And I'm gonna attach it. And then I'm going to say episode page. Episode page content. And I'm going to go back to my queue. If I can find my queue app page. Is it here? That is here. I'm going to go back to queue. Get my blog. Copy my blog. Episode page content. Blog. So I put plan. So when you click plan in Lovable, it'll actually think through what it's doing, which I let it do that because for more complicated things, you want to kind of think it through and look at the existing code base and make sure all the things are what they should be. So it's planning. I'm letting it do its thing. In the meantime, I will queue up all right. It is planned. I will look at my plan and I'm going to read it. I'm going to read it to be the episode. And it's not too complicated. Just like, all right, podcast, episode 1. Cool. That's the nomenclature. That's cool. Updated podcast page, replace it coming soon. Da, 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 episode thumbnail. It's got it. Files to modify. Those are the files that's modified. It. Technical details. Hero title. Layout. Okay. Schema of the page. Da, 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 lead. Reddit. Approved. So in a minute, it's 5:26. In a minute, I've got the episode. I recorded it. You saw me. I said blah 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 blah. It's doing the thing. 5:27. I'm gonna try and drop this live by 5:30, and then sign off. And I will have launched my first episode, my page, the thing. It's 5:27. Let's see the countdown. Episode page is being created in under a minute. Creating the UI setup. UI, short for user interface. Building the page scaffold. So, building out the new page constructor structure is a bit of a thing. So, taking all of 1 minute, but that's cool. Around 28. Let's see. There's a nail biter. We're gonna make 5:30. In the meantime, all right, boom, done. Episode 1, 5:29. Let's see. All right, 5:29. Let's see. Let's see what they got. Boom. You don't need more tools. And yeah, man, it's here. Your business is suffering amnesia. Don't need more tools. Click through right to the YouTube, and I'm watching myself in the infinite loop on YouTube on the live show. You can click it here. You can LinkedIn, all the things. So let me say thank you, please. And I will be updating live on the YouTubes. It's 5:29. This page will be live within the seconds of 5:30. It is updated. I'm going to click through 5:30. What is it? What is it? Podcast. Let's see. Slash podcast. Boom. It is live at blog.network.ai/podcast. You're looking at it here, the operator's desk, 5:30. We got episode 1 up. You don't need more tools. You need to watch this guy on YouTube. All right, 5:30, we're out. Peace, people. So you saw here within 30 minutes. Well, I think it's 30 minutes. Or it's more like 40 minutes. But anyway, we made it 40 minutes live. We did from idea thought up the name, the idea, description, set it up in queue, set it up on YouTube, recorded our first episode, posted live on the internet, posted on YouTube, and we've got an episode page. See you later. Peace.